Hi, my dear children. So, in the last section, we have discussed about the force acting upon a current carrying conductor as we are keeping the conductor in the vicinity of an external magnetic field. So, here in this section, we will be discussing one of the device that we are using daily, which is working under the principle that a current carrying conductor experiences a force under the vicinity of a magnetic field or under the action of an external magnetic field. So the device, it is electric motor. So in the lower classes we have already studied that electric motor is a rotating device that converts the electrical energy to the mechanical energy. So electrical energy is converted to the mechanical energy. But in between, we can say the electrical energy will be converted to magnetical energy, and the combination of this magnetic energy, as a result of the combination of the magnetic energy, we are producing the mechanical energy. Okay, so intermediate step, that we are considering the intermediate step in between the electrical energy and the mechanical energy. What is happening there, that we are going to study. Okay, so here, with the help of the electrical energy, we are generating a magnetic field or magnetic energy surrounding around the conducting wire, and the conducting wire is already kept there in between the poles of a bar magnet or a horseshoe magnet, a permanent magnet. So what will happen as the current passes through the conductor? There will be the generation of a magnetic field around the conductor, and there will be a force of, there will be an action of the force, maybe of attraction or repulsion between the magnet, permanent magnet, and the conducting wire. In such a way, the conducting wire, if the conducting wire is kept freely to kept to move freely, then what will happen? As the force exerted upon the, or as the conducting wire experiences the force, it starts moving. So the working principle of electric motor is that a current carrying conductor experiences a force in an external magnetic field. So if you are keeping the current carrying conductor in an external magnetic field, it should experiences a force, and maybe we can say it will exert a force upon the permanent magnet. So equal and opposite, Newton's third law. So first of all, let us see the diagram of the motor. So this is the diagrammatic representation for the electric motor. So first of all, you can see the north and south poles of the bar magnet. So this is the direction of the magnetic field in the case of the bar magnet, the direction of the magnetic field. Then here, this one, this is the loop A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. Okay. So you can see the arms of the loop AB and CD are perpendicular to the magnetic field, whereas the BC, it is parallel to the magnetic field. So okay, arms AB and CD are perpendicular to the magnetic field. We know that in the case of the Fleming's left hand rule we have studied, the force acting upon the current carrying conductor will be more if the angle between the direction of the current and the direction of the magnetic field are normal to each other, or 90 degree or perpendicular to each other. So here we are considering only the arms AB and CD due to or because of the arms AB and CD, or we can say the current passing through the arms AB and BC are only perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. Now here you have to apply the Fleming's left hand rule. So using the Fleming's left hand rule, the current direction should be represented by your middle finger. The current direction is into the plane. Current direction is into the plane or into your screen. Okay. Then you just point your middle finger into the screen or towards your screen, and you can see the magnetic field is from north to south, so that is from your left to right. So your left to right, just keep the middle finger in such a way, the index middle finger should be pointing towards the screen or into the screen, and by keeping the middle finger like that towards the screen, just align your index finger from left to right. Okay, left to right. So now you can see that the thumb is towards the thumb is indicating the direction of the thumb will be downwards. So Fleming's left hand rule, it is giving that if the current direction is towards the plane, and if the magnetic field direction, if it is from left to right or north to pole, sorry, north to south, then the action of the force or the force acting upon that particular arm will be acting downwards. And here in this case of the arm CD, the exact opposite will happen, because the magnetic field direction it is same only the current direction changes from C to D, where in the case of the arms AB it was from A to B, exactly opposite direction the current is flowing. And as a result, you can see the action of the, you can use the Fleming's left hand rule here. Here the as you are applying the Fleming's left hand rule here, we can see the action of the force will be upward. So here it is downwards, and on the opposite side it is upwards. And you can see on the axle, along with the axle, the coil is free. Coil can rotate freely. So as a resultant of these two forces, F1 and F2, what will happen? It will start rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. In the anti-clockwise direction, it will start rotating. Now, before that, you can see that as it rotates continuously, what will happen? If you are connecting the wires from the battery to, if you are connecting it directly, what will happen? As it is start rotating, the connection will break. So for avoiding that things, you have to introduce some other devices or equipments that you have to introduce. So that is known as the split rings and the brushes, where you can see the coils are directly connected to the ends of the coil is directly connected to the split ring, and as the coil rotates, the split ring also rotate. And before that, what is split ring? Actually, split ring is the two halves of a single ring. Two halves of a single ring. Okay. So the X positive one of the AB is connected to one of the split ring, and BC is CD is connected to the another split ring. And as it is rotates, what will happen? As the coil rotates, the split ring is also rotate. The two brushes X and Y. The X and Y are in contact with the split rings. Okay. Actually not in connection. There is no connections, but just it is in contact with the split rings, and such a way, and X and Y, the brushes are connected to the terminals of the battery. In such a way, continuous power supply to the coil can be provided with the help of the split rings and brushes. Now, after one rotation. Okay, so it start rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. After one half of the rotation, what will happen? The AB will reach north south. Let us consider like this. So after one rotation, okay. So here is the split ring. This is the split ring. After, okay, 1 second, after the rotation, after the half rotation, you can see the AB will reach here and CD will reach here. Okay, so this is your CD and this is your AB. A B. Okay, so now you can see the CD is in contact with the brush X and the AB is in contact with the brush Y. Okay, so what will happen? The current direction will again from D C B E. Earlier it was A B C D. Now it reversed. The direction of the flow of current is reversed. Hence, on the arms, what will happen? The direction of the force acting is also will reverse. Earlier in the case of the CD, the force were acting upward. Now, as the direction of the current changes or reversed, the direction of the force we acting upon CD will be downwards, and at the AB arm AB it will be upwards. Upwards the direction of the force will act. Okay. So again in the anti-clockwise direction. So continuously these steps will continuously repeating, and as a result an anti-clockwise direction, in the anti-clockwise direction the coil will rotate. Okay, in the anti-clockwise direction the coil will rotate, and it may be connected to, the coil may be connected to one shaft or anything else, and in such a way we will take the usage, or we will use of the, or we will make the rotation as a beneficial one. Okay, by connecting to a shaft, actually to the shaft as we are connecting, by the rotation of the shaft we can pump up the water. Okay, these are the major things regarding the motor, electric motor. So remember these things, the split rings, and here with the help of the split rings we are changing the, reversing the direction of the current. So the device which we are using to change the direction of the current, it is known as the commutator. So here the split ring will act as the commutator. So the function of the split ring is to be act as a commutator. Okay, so just to go through the PPT, all the things I have explained, and the wordings are exactly from as your textbook. Just study these things. Okay, so for the example or the, we can say the usages of motor. Likewise, if question asks, you can see the fan, you can say, or you can write the fan, electric fan, then the motors, pumping motors, water pumping motors, then the grinders, mixies, then MP3 players, old MP3 players which are having the CD player in it, or the CD as well, the old cassette players, all those things you can mention. Okay, so let us wind up here. We can wind up, and the coming class we will discuss about the electromagnetic induction and the generators. So just to go through those portions also. Okay, thank you.